How to increase lead conversion rate. All right, is it possible to actually get more conversions, get more sales without doubling down on so much ad spend like Facebook ads or YouTube ads? Yes, it is. It is. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 strategies on how I turn leads into super fans. Let's dive in. All right, guys, I really don't do much A/B split testing, almost at all, which is probably not good. The point is that you can be successful without all of that, and it's because of what I'm going to share with you in the middle of this video. I don't even really do much paid ads. I still don't know how to drive paid ads. I'm saying that so that you know, like, oh my gosh, I can actually boost conversion rate without being like a nerd in all these different silos. You know, those are all different skill sets, and I want you to know that is not at all what's required to have a good conversion rate. So let's dive into these 3 tactics. All right, the first tactic is quite literally to be a better marketer, and that's not to slap you in the face. All right, I'm not trying to be offensive when I say that, but I want to just real quick bring awareness to what I'm doing right here. Wait, you're watching a YouTube video that we spent a lot of money and time. We flew up to amazing film people. We have spent a lot of money on the studio. I barely slept last night writing scripts and making sure this is very valuable. That's the point, all right? Much like you would not ask someone to marry you on the first date, you also don't ask for conversion on the first introduction. It's one of the reasons why you probably have a low conversion. So I spent a lot of time, effort, and energy putting together amazing content that gets somebody to go, you know what, Steve Larsen guy, giant eyeballs, sure, but man, his stuff's not half bad, right? And you see what I'm saying? One of the easiest ways to increase your conversion rate is literally to make more deposits into the relationship bank account. And if you have not been doing that, it is the easiest way to have a low conversion rate, okay? Low conversion rate. One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to sales funnels and pages and optimization is they try to create a relationship and sell them in the exact same first time introduction. Barely works like that. Barely works like that. One of the reasons my conversion rate has stayed so high for such a long time, and a lot of times it's been organic now, is because I've spent time. So if you're like, oh man, I don't want the answer to be work, yeah, you're gonna have to suck it up then, because either that or spend a lot of money on ads, all right? I spend a lot of time creating content and putting things together that's gonna make someone go, you know what? I've been following him for a while. Like, all right, I'm gonna pull back the curtain here. Of course I want you to buy something from me in the future, all right? But I don't expect that, especially on introduction. Hey, how are you doing? My name's Steve. And I certainly don't expect that if we've barely known each other. I let you get to know me. I let you get to see kind of what my content's like, what my style is like. Some people don't like that I'm kind of intense. Yeah, they shouldn't buy from me then, right? Because I'm just more of that in my products. You see what I'm saying? We get a chance to know each other. So if you want to increase your conversion rate, easiest way to do that, increase the number of deposits that you're putting into the relationship bank account with future buyers. All right, one of the most simple ways to increase your conversion rate and optimize is to focus on the page. When Russell and we built the Expert Secrets book funnel 2 days before it released out to the world, which don't wait, that was way too short. I've never had so much caffeine in my life. But we released it, and then he and I got on a plane and we were hanging out in a cabin with some writers, and they were writing a really amazing script for us, for Russell, for ClickFunnels, for a viral video that they were doing. Well, we looked back at the stats. We went back to the stats of the funnel, and we're like, here's the order page, here's the upsell, here's another upsell. Wait, what's wrong with the second upsell? All right, what we did is we started noticing that the second upsell was terrible. It just wasn't converting. And it's not like Russell's bad at this, right? It happens to all of us. That's part of my point here. So what we did is we stayed up, and throughout the night, we upgraded and massively changed the page and fixed it, and everything was better after that. Now, I want to use that as kind of an example on how you can increase conversions very simply, right? If you're like, Steve, I don't want to create relationships with people. I just want to go optimize by the numbers. I also understand that as well, all right? I spend a lot of time, effort, and energy to do what I'm doing here. So what you do is you need to analyze funnels in the order that they are experienced. Do not analyze a funnel starting from the back. That makes no sense. Right? Do not analyze a funnel start in the middle of those upsells. Makes no sense. What you want to do is you want to start in the order that the person experiences it. So start in the first page, look at the stats, look at the numbers. Oh, that conversion rate seems to be a little bit low, right? The first place the conversion seems to be a little bit low, stop, do not analyze any further, and focus right there. That's the first thing you need to go focus on and tweak. Because if I start making tweaks in 2 places, you don't know if one is affecting the other. Does that make sense? That's why you analyze in the order that the person experiences the funnel. This is some easy ways to do that, right? That is where we will do some big A/B split testing. We'll put up 2 separate versions of the page, and half the traffic goes to one version of the page, the other half of traffic goes to the other version of the page. And whatever one starts to beat it, that's the one that we make the real version of the page, right? That's a great way. That does optimize very, very well, okay? The other way that we'll do it is we will put disqualifiers on our page. Funny enough, let's think about this. Do you want something more or less once it's been taken away? More, right? So one of the things we do on the page, and it's gonna feel so opposite, guys. What we'll do on a page is we'll say, you should not buy this if you do not fit these criteria. You should not buy this if you don't want, like a little reverse psychology maybe, but funny enough, the moment you start saying you have to be this tall to ride this ride, suddenly people are trying to stand on their tippy toes. I qualify, right? I qualify, and my conversion rate will go up because of that as well. It's a great tactic for the page. Guys, before I show you another great way to increase conversions, please help me with ours. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. We actually put these videos out just about every day, every weekday. And in the comments below, I'd love to know what's a little trick or hack or thing that you've been using that has increased your conversion rates substantially, all right? I think it'd be cool if we all do it as a community. A lot of you follow me now, thank you. But as a community, down below, list what yours is, and we can all kind of mind share and share what some cool strategies are. Let us know in the comments. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys one of the issues to having an audience. Anytime I launch something, or when Russell launched something, and I was still working over at ClickFunnels, we had to do this really, it was interesting. I appreciate those people who come on in and they buy immediately. A lot of people are like, Steve, your stuff's great. I buy whatever you put out. And I'm like, I appreciate that. We don't take that lightly. But I have to wait. So think about this. This is an easy way to increase conversion, and it's also a way to get false numbers. So I go and I'm talking about a product, right? And hey, I got this cool product that's coming out. You guys are gonna love this product. I've been spending months on this thing. It's gonna be incredible. And I'm telling people about it. I'm a marketer. I'm building pressure. I'm building anticipation. People are excited for it. People will sometimes stay up overnight waiting for the product to drop. So what happens is we will announce to the audience, you or people on my email list or people who are interested, and there's a huge influx of buyers, right? Usually in the first week or two. But we also are turning on ads. So sometimes that can mess up the metrics because people aren't actually getting converted by the copy. They're not being converted by the things on the page or whatever. They literally are going in and clicking order immediately. That's not what sold them. They were already sold. Does that make sense? So you can get a lot of false numbers and ghost conversions because you are basically selling to people who were gonna buy already. The page didn't sell them. You're just sending them to the order page practically. So what we had to start doing, especially after big, massive launches at ClickFunnels, I've done this on my own pages, is actually in my funnel building and launch process, there's a spot in there that says clear all stats, right? Thank you, funnel. Funnel's doing great. This is awesome. But I go and I clear all the stats, usually 2 to 3 weeks after a major launch, so that your conversion rate might be higher than you think is what I'm saying, or it might be lower than you think, or it might be just very, very, very different, especially if you have a list, because people who are already gonna buy have come in and purchased, and they don't represent what's actually happening in paid ads or in organic traffic. Does that make sense? So this is how we do that. So we'll go in and we'll clear stats 2 to 3 weeks after a big launch to get clean numbers. And what we'll do though is, this is the easiest way. It's traffic source, man. Traffic source is the easiest way to increase your conversion rate. It's traffic source. Increase the quality of your traffic. I'm not saying you have to have huge amounts of traffic, tens of thousands of clicks a day. That's not it at all. I would rather have fewer of the right traffic and actually have a sample size, have a conversion rate to measure off of the right traffic than volumes of numbers. Too often, a marketer puts on their Facebook ads hat and they're like, we need volume. No, you don't. What you need is smaller, more narrow people coming into your funnel. Don't try to go, I'm not trying to sell everybody. You shouldn't. You're not supposed to. I'm trying to sell a narrow mindset, a narrow person. I'm trying to sell, for example, this is a great example. When I was launching one of my big first products, a lot of you guys have heard this, but a few months after I launched it, I was like, oh, we are selling the wrong person. And it's messing with our conversion rate. It's messing with our fulfillment. They are not the right mentality coming in. So what we did is we went in and we said, we still want to sell somebody who's on the path, right? Think about your customer as if they're on a path towards an outcome, right? Like, oh, all these people want to go get X, Y, Z. What we were doing is we were selling somebody too new on that journey. They hadn't got their knees scraped. Does that make sense? There's no mental toughness. They haven't developed any of that stuff. And so all we did is same customer further down the journey. Big lesson right there, man. Huge lesson. Easy way to increase conversion rate, okay? Start selling the same person you're trying to right now, but further on the journey. Do you think the same amount of people are further down the journey as there at the beginning? No, there are less people further down the journey, but they're honestly a better fit for my purchase, better fit for my page. Increasing how far someone is down the journey as a qualifier is a fantastic way to increase not just your fulfillment, increase, frankly, overall joy, but to increase your conversion rate. Guys, I got a free gift here for you. I spent a lot of time putting together these case studies. It is 3 case studies showing you my most profitable campaigns. You're talking about conversion rate, you're talking about increasing sales. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Go to internetlaunchsecrets.com. It is free, and you'll watch, I'm gonna share my screen, and you're gonna see that there are 3 different ways that I have liked to make my conversions and sales the highest over the last 3 years. The link is in the description.